Well, more parents are coming forward to CTV News demanding the province make changes to keep their children safe in school. The policy change has to do with life-saving medication for children who suffer from seizures. Now, one parent is considering giving up their job to protect their child. CTV's Binder Sudjan reports.
If Carmen Elzinga's daughter has a seizure at school, she's been told soon staff will no longer give her medication.
If someone doesn't administer that within 5 minutes, then she is at high risk of brain damage.
Naya's neurological condition resulted in 29 surgeries by the time she was 7. Her seizures don't stop on their own. The health ministry says if a child hasn't had a serious seizure within the previous 12 months, starting in September, staff won't intervene. Instead, a parent or 911 will be called.
Now my husband and I are left with a decision of whether one of us is always going to be or is always going to have to be home within 5 minutes of the school. They're basically forcing us to choose between the well-being of our daughter and us earning a living.
Saturday, we told you about the Gaudettes. Hampton has had 20 seizures at school this year, but also doesn't qualify under the new policy.
We can either send our child to school and risk severe injury or even death, or we can keep our child home from school.
This video shows how Naya's medication is given. After extracting a precise amount, the needle is removed, an atomizer inserted and sprayed into a child's nose. This type of work is typically done by nurses, but sometimes school staff, like education assistants, are trained in case of emergency. A ministry document explaining the change says a child who hasn't had a seizure in a year could have an acute or unpredictable response and requires a higher level of care.
So even if she was to have a seizure, no one at the school would do it, even if they're trained to give it to another child.
By sharing her story, she's hoping the province will reconsider for all families now concerned about their kids' safety. Binder Sudjan, CTV News, Victoria.